Hello, I'm Oklahoma City artist in residence Erica Bonavita, and this is week 7 of State of the Studio. So the past 2 weeks, I think I've really hit my stride in terms of creating a cohesive body of work from what I'm doing right now. And it's been kind of unexpected because I've been creating my fabric work for so long that it didn't ever seem like there would be a time where I'd make anything else. And I'm certainly not done with my fabric work by any stretch of the imagination, but it has been a really nice break from the tediousness of my normal work to have something a lot looser and a lot more gestural. So I had some of this shown last week where it was in either an unfinished state or it just had the background. But this week I was able to get the subject matter on all of these, and everything here is fairly well finished. I think on the hummingbird I'm going to add some more highlights and brighten him up a little bit. But I've been really excited that these 4 pieces right here are a collection in and of themselves, and they are meant to go together and they're going to be displayed together. So each one of them features the same colors. And if it's not a dominant color in the painting, then I kind of put a little splash on it. And so there was a lot of palette knife work. I did the backgrounds first and let them dry, and they were just very, they're non-representational. I just put colors down that I was really wanting to include and kind of had this blurred background. This week I put the subject matter on there, and I did palette knife, painting, I did some scratching and taking away, a little scrafito, and I finished the pieces off with a little bit of paint splatter, which is something I have not included in any of my work before, but I've always loved it in other people's work. And it's just kind of going along with that sense of freedom that these are bringing, and it seemed appropriate. So that was super fun to do, and I'm loving the different birds that I've chosen. So far I've worked with mostly exotic birds, but I had been considering maybe next week I'll do some more native birds, maybe some blue jays or cardinals. I've been seeing a ton of those in my backyard recently, and I think they would be really beautiful to do. Maybe to continue this series with some native plants and animals and kind of do like a Made in Oklahoma theme. So that could be kind of fun, and those are some ideas to bounce off of and keep this moving forward. And I also brought out this. If you followed my work for any amount of time, you know that I don't do a ton of anything else, but this is a flower I did last year, and it was part of just a really small series. I think I did 4 or 5 flowers on these 6x6 canvases, and these are a lot more time consuming and detailed and realistic than some of the ones that I'm doing right now. But it's just an example of different ways of painting the same subject matter to get different effects. And so it goes to show that the flowers have always been kind of something that I've been interested in working with and creating. And I have some other examples from way back from when I first started painting, but I don't have them with me right now. But if you go dig through my Instagram, I think you can find them in there. So that's mostly what I'm creating right now, just tons of flowers and birds on raw canvas, and I think I'm going to continue with that until I get burnt out on it. And this next week I plan on doing some catch-up work on some of the flags that I've already started, and it's time to get those finished and ready to display. I'm still preparing a ton of flag work for next year's Arts Festival in Oklahoma City, and I'm kind of trying to navigate how this work ties into that work and whether they should be displayed together or whether I should keep them completely separate. And I'd be very curious to know, especially from any of my other artist friends, what you think about that, whether this separate body of work, I mean, it doesn't necessarily even look like it's made by the same artist as the fabric work. So it's really something to think about, and something I'm mulling over, not quite sure. I haven't even put these on my website because I don't really know how to proceed with that. So any tips or advice that anybody has on how you think I should proceed with that, I would love to hear from you. You can reach me at ericabonavita@gmail.com. You can message me on Instagram or Facebook. There's tons of different ways of getting a hold of me. But I'd love to hear from you. And until next week, I'll see you guys then.